Welcome to Center Heist Productions. Please hit the likes and subscribe down below in your right hand corner. Muchly appreciate that. Thank you to all my followers in 2024. Muchly appreciated. Happy New Year. Happy 2025 to my followers and to Habs fans. And please tell your family and friends about it. Share it. And if you come across the channel, please hit the subscription and hit the likes. Muchly would appreciate that. And after these, at the end of these videos, please leave a comment. Tell me your thoughts as well. Anyway, we're going to review yesterday's game. What an amazing road trip for the Habs. So it is January 1st, 2025, and this was New Year's Eve evening game, about 5 p.m., 6 p.m., depending on where you were at. All right, so Montreal, shockingly, I'm just so impressed with what they have pulled off. These are all games these last three games I thought were losses for sure, with Florida, Tampa, and then Vegas. These are all your elite teams, and for us to get all three of those victories, totally impressive. Anyway, final score was 3-2 Montreal, and that was a comeback. They were down 2-0. Came back and won that game 3-2. That's quite impressive. Showed good resilience. First period, 2-0 for Vegas. Like I said, it looked like things were going to be not so good the way that game started. The Vegas getting, and they had, if that goal had it been on time, that third one, that might have changed things a bit, but thankfully it didn't. Anyway, we got one in the second, which put us on the board, seemed to give the boys hope, and then third period comes and they get two goals. Great game. Monty played solid. I mean, sometimes the reporters overkill it. He was solid. He wasn't through the roof. He was solid. He did at the end make quite a save there that shocked everybody. He made a couple, good ones in the last minute. And Hill got the loss. Game-winning goal by Kirby Dach. Nice to see him getting on the board now. So, Kirby Dach scored midway through the third period to cap off the Montreal Canadiens rally, and then the Golden Knights' six-game winning streak with a 3-2 victory over Vegas on Tuesday afternoon. The Canadiens scored the game's final three goals after trailing 2-0 late into the second period to win for the sixth time in 7 games. Cole Caulfield, Emil Heineman also scored for Montreal. Sam Montembeault stopped 27 shots and saved 2 point-blank shots in the final 14 seconds. Those were quite nice saves he made there. Jake Evans, 5-game goal streak finally ended. But hey, no worries there. He had a solid game. So 3 stars. Kirby Dach was the first star with 1 goal, a -1. He did make a blunder on, I believe it was the first Vegas goal, allowing the guy off the boards. Didn't have his man covered. He should have came off the boards there and covered his man in front of the net, and that was kind of a blunder. But they're going to make mistakes. They periodically. Sam Montembeault gets second star, 27 saves, 2 goals against. Third star was Whitecloud, 1 goal plus 1. So first period, Whitecloud gets a goal assisted by Hurdle and Colasar at 2:23. And then 1948 was Hannafin, which for some reason I think that's, I think that was the combination of Doc, Lonnie, and Jack Eye missing between the three of them where that goal was created. So that was unassisted. And then finally, second period starts, 17:27. Cole Caulfield gets a nice goal. Nick Suzuki passed it up and Slab was getting hit at the same time as he made the pass. Cross ice in front of the net, and Caulfield made no mistakes. Apologize. Slavkovsky was banging that out on the board. I'm thinking of the game prior to. Yeah, he was doing the work on the boards and got it out to Susie, and Susie puts it across ice over to Caulfield in front of the net. Like the goals we're used to seeing from last year, the nice cross ice in front of the crease in Cole Caulfield's sweet spot, and boom, it's in. So nice, good hard work for Slav on the boards, winning board battles and getting it to Nick, and Nick getting it over to Cole. Great job, and he got his 100th goal, I believe it is. I don't know if it was goal or overall or 100-point, whatever. Anyway, third period, Emil Hahnemann gets a nice one set up by Savard, but manages to he just gets a piece of it and puts it over Hill. And he was kind of an he got just enough of that puck. The amount of work this guy does, just love this kid. Um, and he ends up beating the two or three knights around him. He was totally encamped in the middle of Golden Knights, and he beats them to the puck, and just gets enough of the puck as it's rolling to tip it over Aiden Hill. Nice goal, and the work ethic on this guy is great. The amount of crashing on the boards, digging, winning his board battles, being physical, great shots, and knowing where to put it, putting shots on the net. And then at 10:09 in the third, that was a third period goal by Heineman at 7:58. 10:09, Kirby Doc, after it was tied, gets the winner. Nice to see. Sits by Josh Anderson. He tried to cross, put a cross pass over to Lonnie as the two of them broke out on a 2-on-1. However, it actually hits the pad of Aiden Hill and goes between the legs as he opens his legs. So, hey, take it whichever way you like it, right? And it doesn't matter how it goes in. Okay, so we get stats 29-22 in shots in favor of Vegas. Hits 39-22 for Montreal. That was nice to see the edge there, playing very good solid game physically. Faceoffs won 24-17 for the Habs. Power plays 0 for the Habs. And 0 for 1. So it wasn't a penalty. One penalty. That's telling you something, right? One opportunity, and the Habs managed to kill it. Penalty minutes 2 for the Habs and none for Vegas. So a very disciplined game. 14 giveaways for the Habs, 23 for Vegas. Takeaways 4-3 for Montreal. Block shots 11 apiece. So that was pretty much it. Christian Dvorak takes the only penalty in the second period at 9:11. That's quite amazing that there weren't more penalties than that. Good solid game. What a team effort again. Like I say, yes, Sam Muttenbow, he had a good game. No end of some buts about it. And those couple saves at the end, I think it was 14 seconds. They were nice saves, no doubt about it. But I sometimes the reporters over blow the way they talk about some of the goaltenders, and just don't shoot it out where and over compensate and make it sound like he stood on his head. He didn't stand on his head. He played solid, and those two last saves were incredible. However, the teamwork in front of him is what was incredible. This team has been playing like a team, and the whole team, and that includes the Sam, they all deserve credit of just doing it as a team. He made the saves to keep them in. That's what was good. Just being down the 2 goals, it was enough to just hold on to that, and that's what you want a goaltender to do. Whereas that's why Primo's not there. Um, just wouldn't be happening. He needed some timely saves at times, and we got it. So that was good. But the work ethic, man, line force, just that's a phenomenal. To me, you know what? I a debate, and I heard these debates with. I watched Marinero's show last night, and I have to agree. I have to agree with Pierre Maguire. Does Montreal have some big decisions? We know there's like 4 to 5 guys that are on that list that could be going either trade deadline time, and now from now to then. We know that it's Jake Evans, Dvorak, Armia, and Savard. That's really there's some very very big questions to ask. I mean, still where we got guys still developing in Laval. I mean, to me, you got to sign Jake Evans. Now you got to get. I think how you're going to have to do that one is term. If you can get him for a reasonable price, a little less money than what he would get on a shorter deal, but give him a little more term, and it would probably be 4 years max. I wouldn't go beyond 4 years. I love Jake, but I think 4 years you would stop at that point. Uh, but I would sign him. I hope they get it done. He's just been phenomenal. He's come a long ways as he's grown. You can see the growth in Jake Evans year by year. And then they made the valid point on Yoel Armia, the way he's been playing, and that line too, with Emil Heineman and Jake Evans and Armia. That's such a great line. That do you really want to let 2 players walk away? That would totally. Here we got some identity on the fourth line, which has been our best line all year. Um, so maybe you can get Armia signed for 2 years. And I think if you could somehow keep him just under 2 million a season, um, just under it, and if he go for it, and you got to wonder, would he? He seems happy there, and they seem to have revived his career last year with that move of sending him to Laval. He's been a much better player, and the way he penalty kills, he's such a big piece. And that line four, I don't think I'd disturb it. I still think you have 2 years to buy before these youngsters coming up develop to the point where then you can start moving away. I don't think you always have to move away from all of them. I think Dvorak is kind of more okay. He's gone pretty much by trade deadline. And Savard, you got a big decision again too. Um, if you can't get, you know, whether, and I don't foresee, so some people are in the group that think he's worth a first rounder. Some think a second rounder. Some think a fifth rounder. I'm in that group that I don't think you get much more than anywhere between a third and fifth round pick. And if that's the case, is it really worth trading him off if you can sign him uh, season by season, like 1 year at a time? Because he really, when he came to Montreal, it's because he wanted to be there. So I think, for him, he'd probably agree to it where he's in his hometown, is enjoying it there. And I think he's just such an aid for Arbor Jackey's game. I think, right now they have it designed with the way they have their pairings. They've got a veteran with each youngster. And I think that is a recipe to grow properly. And then once these three grow properly, it's going to a lot that once these three are grown, they're going to be able to have the newer guys that we're waiting on. They'll be they'll have the experience to work with them as they come in. So I think that's the recipe. I don't know. Do you get rid of Savard? It's I say the only way you do it's got to be a first round pick, and if it's not, uh, I think yeah you got to keep him. Just sign him year by year. Yes, his wheels have come off. We know that. But right now, since they got Carrier, that's paid major dividends of balancing out that back end. Just seemed to be the right recipe. And now that you have it, I think you can buy 2 years to let these guys gel and continue to have growth in their game, being placed with a veteran. I think that is a good way to go for them. I think the big thing is going to be goaltending in the future. Because I'll be quite frank, I think, yeah, Sam right now will be the lead guy. I do think Dobish will win that spot from him. Uh, just give him time. He's got to get some games under his belt because I'm expecting he'll play that Chicago game. Then it'll probably be Monty playing the Avalanche. But either way, and I do think that's that's going to be the duo tandem for now. Question mark is going to be, when does Fowler come, or does he go to Laval, or does he go to the Habs? That's a big question too, because I do think, and I'll say it again, I think Sam Montembeault, he's definitely better than Caden Primo, but he's not all that, and he is not going to be part of this team when they're ready to win. It's going to be Fowler and Dobish, and possibly the Russian goaltender. Uh, they'll be the equation, but I'm convinced that it's Fowler and Dobish, and whoever wins out the spot. So that will be nice. I think that's going to be the big issue to face next season. Seeing where that sits, where it lies, and go from there. But some of these reporters or announcers, commentators, they got to stop the nonsense. Don't overblow a guy's head when he's not that outstanding. Come on, he was solid, but and he made two really spectacular saves at the end, but they were, let's keep it realistic. But overall, I do not think, and I've said it before, yeah, he's at least an NHL goaltender. But I think Sam Montembeault on a different club is a backup. And I think he will be a backup when Montreal's good enough. But I don't think he'll be with us, because I think we're going to have two goaltenders that are better than him, that can outplay him for the starting job. So, and I stand by that. Again, I just think we swell this guy's head. I don't think he's the goaltender. I think there's a lot of inconsistencies with his game, and great when we can get him to play solid. That's fine. And for the time being, it's okay to go with. But other than that, no, this guy is not your future. So he's to get you to the future, sort of like Savard and Armia. But let's be real. There's no way, in my opinion, that he will be the starter in 2 years' time. I do believe it's going to be Fowler and Dobish. And I think you're going to see it now it's good to see that he's got Dobish behind him now to push him, because Primo sure as hell wasn't pushing him. And that was quite epic. So, with that being said, that's the end of the review. I want to wish you all a happy new year and the best of 2025. I hope you have a successful and a good new year to all my followers. Thank you for the support, and please continue. And same with Habs fans. Go Habs, go! You've seen it here first at um, Center Ice Productions, where the puck drops first. Thank you for watching, and we will be back. Let's see here. I believe Saturday we play the Blackhawks. We go to Chicago, so we will be back to review that game. And then I believe Sunday we have the Avalanche that we go to Colorado, and that's how that is, a back to back. And at that point, the Tuesday game on the 7th, I will not be able to review for over a week because I will be gone away out of the country. So that review of the Canucks, our homestand, when we get done our road trip, that will be those games. There'll be a few games I will have to wait till I'm back from, because I'm out for over a week. For a week, 7 days, I'll be out of the country. So thank you for watching. Happy New Year, and till the next time, God bless.